Recently, I decided to binge Attack on Titan. It's a show that's good for a number of reasons, but my favorite part of the show is easily the action scenes. The grappling technology they use is just so cool. It's such a wacky concept to see people speeding around and swinging on wires at incredibly fast speeds. It's crazy and it's suicidal, but it's something that I fantasize about experiencing. And then I remembered I have Windlands, a grappling hook game for VR. So I revved up my computer, strapped on my headset, launched the game, and, well, it's really not like Attack on Titan at all. But it's still good. In fact, I'd say it's honestly a magical experience. There's something special about swinging place to place and making spontaneous decisions while you're flying over the endless void, always one mistake away from falling right in. It's captivating and fun to just move around the world, and that's a feat for any game. On the lowest comfort settings, as I play every VR game because I like to get sick, Windlands is very simple to pick up. Directional movement is on the control sticks, there's a button to jump, and there's a grappling hook in each of your hands. When you use the grappling hook, you're slowly reeled into its anchor over time, but mostly you'll use it for swinging. At least, this is the case by default. When I poked around the menus, I found some advanced options that added 2 new controls to the game. One prevents the grappling hook from reeling in at all, and another one actually lengthens the rope. And let me tell you, these options add so much depth to the game. It's really a wonder they aren't more readily available. In fact, they're so elusive that they reset every time you quit the game, so they constantly have to be re-enabled. Anyways, these options give you much better control of your velocity and your movement. There's much more strategy unlocked because the way you move around the world becomes more than just swinging around. With these options, I was able to launch myself to much higher areas than I could before, and I had a lot more ease beating some of the more difficult segments of the game. I think it would have made much more sense for there to be an actual button to reel yourself in instead of it just happening on its own, but then again, this whole thing kind of feels more like an afterthought. And it doesn't really matter anyways because grappling is actually only really half the game. The other half of the game is a precision platformer that plays like Super Mario Bros. 3 in 3D. Moving on the ground feels slippery, you build up speed over time when running, and the longer you hold the jump button, the higher you jump. And all this is fine, cool, whatever, except A, the collision in this game is horrible, which leads to random bumps and anomalies in the terrain stopping you dead in your tracks,
Boink.
and B, the platforming segments are stupidly difficult because of how slippery and unresponsive the controls are, not to mention, you can't use the grappling hook at all. There was literally never a point playing this game where I thought, I would like to grapple a little bit less right now. Literally, the more time I spent swinging and in the air, the more fun I had. That's what this game does well, and it's what I want more of. The platforming segments just feel like a way to stop me from progressing too fast. And even with these obstructions, I still beat the game in less than 3 hours. There was just 3 levels to beat, and if I didn't stop and smell the roses to do some of the side content, I could have easily beat the game in half the time. Like, I don't want to talk too much shit because I only have the faintest idea of what game design is actually like, but the level design for Windlands is pretty much just sticking shit in the air. You put some things to stand on, and you put some things to swing on. I think maybe for $20 this game could have had a little more content. Okay, to be fair, there's 120 collectibles that do absolutely nothing as far as I can tell, but they do offer more things to do. Some of these collectibles I thought were fun to collect, like the swinging challenges, but a lot of them were just irritating to even try to get, so I didn't.
Oh, shit.
Honestly, you're tripping if you think that I'm gonna collect them all. Like, why would I when only half of the game is actually fun? I feel like the foundation of this game is here, and it's really good, but the devs just focused on the wrong things. They chose to fluff up this short, unfocused game with collectibles to get, instead of working out and expanding on an already awesome core mechanic. I want to believe that Windlands 2 will improve upon this game, but it's my understanding that the next installment's grappling hook is even more casual than this, which is really a bummer to me. But hey, at least there's multiplayer though, so if I had some friends with VR, that would be cool. Anyway, the grappling of Windlands is solid, and it's worth getting this game for alone. And with some tweaks, it could have really been something special. As it is, this isn't at all like that Attack on Titan experience I dream about, but it's the closest thing I've played yet. And I want to believe that it's a stepping stone towards that future.
Oh my god! No! No! No!